How often do you work yourself up to play a new game that you bought on sale? You finally find some time for it on the weekend, and then you end up leaving your desk in the first 10 minutes. If you're anything like me, pretty often. People like you and me just don't have time to be sitting at a desk to play a new game anymore. We have jobs, partners, real life responsibilities. And as much as it stings, we're no longer kids who have all the time in the world after school anymore. And as much as we wish we were, life is busy, stressful, and beautiful all at the same time. But something clicked recently.
And no, it wasn't you clicking the subscribe button.
I mean, it's the whole reason you clicked into this video. It's the whole reason you're still here. It's the whole reason I'm dragging out this intro. You probably know the feeling. You get excited for a crazy Steam sale as one does and buy $70 worth of games for $20. You sit back and think of yourself as accomplished. Well, I'm here to smack the back of your head and tell you that you're not. You didn't save $50, you spent $20. When the hell are you even gonna play these games? I mean, you haven't even beat Baldur's Gate 3 and you call it your favorite game. I'm talking to myself, aren't I? I'm talking to myself. Look, the point is, we're all guilty of this. So it's important that we talk about this and get it off of our chest. So comment down below your backlog trauma, and I'll be down there too, crying.
It is my favorite game, I swear!
Where was I? But gaming on a PC or console just requires this ritualistic routine. You boot it up, wait for updates, and finally load your save, but by then your brain is already thinking about what else it could be doing. You almost feel guilty for relaxing in these little moments. That 40-minute window between meetings, well, it's not enough to merit getting comfy on the couch. The 30 minutes of a lunch break that you get, still, no. And for the family guys and gals out there, that spare 20 minutes you get after putting the kids down, well, do I have to even say anything for this one? You're picking up toys, not a controller. So what do you do instead? You scroll on your phone. It's easy, no hassle, zero commitment, but it doesn't quite recharge you. In fact, it kind of does the opposite, all while your Steam library slowly becomes a monument to your once good intentions. You thought buying new games would motivate you to play them. Utilizing Steam sales was strategic and financially smart. Well, it is, isn't it? That was me. For a long time, I would use this thought process to justify my bad habits, but like I said, something clicked. But first, let's go back in time a little bit. When I first heard about the Steam Deck, I was skeptical, but also kind of intrigued. A handheld device. Well, I hadn't owned one since I was a kid, aside from the Nintendo Switch that my family had, but does that really count? But with all this aside, I wasn't looking for more hardware to sit on my shelf and collect dust. I was looking for a solution to my time problem. Now, I did a bunch of research on the device like you may be doing now, or you're doing the Steam Deck owner thing where you watch every video about the Steam Deck to reaffirm your choice. Don't worry, we all do it. But here's the genius of the Steam Deck after having it for around 2 years. It doesn't ask you to find time for it. It fits into the time that you already have, and honestly, wouldn't expect. Much like the 15 minutes waiting for your partner to get ready, if she isn't asking you which outfit you like best. But even if she is, it's easier to put the Steam Deck down for a second than her coming out to the living room every couple minutes with a new outfit.
So, all the girlfriends out there, the Steam Deck is an investment for you too.
The 25-minute train or bus commute, the half-hour lunch break that you usually kill at your desk, well, suddenly, these moments once lost to doom scrolling or social media that has ironically made you less social are transformed into little windows of whimsy, as I like to call them. And in that sense, the Steam Deck is kind of like a book. It roots me in the moment and reminds me to slow down, to breathe, and most of all, use more than just my thumb. Portable gets thrown around a lot. Well, a gaming laptop is technically portable, but are you really whipping that out anywhere aside from a cafe? No. The Steam Deck hits that perfect sweet spot of portable where people aren't looking at you weird, but are still kind of interested in what you're doing. It's not as low-key as a Game Boy or the new Iron Thor, which I have on the way if they will ever ship batch 2. Once I receive it, I'll give my honest thoughts on it as a Steam Deck owner.
But you've got to know when it comes out, so make sure to hit that notification bell. And every Sunday at 12 p.m. MST, you'll see a notification from me.
Gosh, that was so corny. But like I was saying, the deck is substantial, premium, but small enough to slip into your backpack without a second thought. Okay, maybe a second thought, but definitely not a third. I've been able to chip away at Baldur's Gate 3 almost exclusively during the small moments, breaks from work, or a nice long shit. Pick up, play, suspend, wipe, repeat. I mean, it weaves gaming into your life, and it doesn't demand that life bends around it. Also, it doesn't have to be portable. Any third-party dock or USB-C cable connected to a monitor or TV turns this thing into a console, desktop PC, media player, a fireplace video playing device. The deck adapts to you and your needs, not the other way around, which is why you can take it to the bathroom too. For a long while, I was a casual AAA game player. I would only really play the big game releases every year and leave once I got bored of my $70 purchase. So the deck invited me to a larger space, being the PC catalog, but somehow gave me smaller and more intimate experiences while being in that big space. Anyways, the experience that the deck gave me, it made me feel like a kid again. Like seriously, I would come home as a kid, pick up my 3DS and play Pokemon. And now here I am coming home from work and playing Power World on my Steam Deck. Games like Balatro, they just shine in short bursts of time. Hell, I even got my girlfriend addicted to it. But there's even options for emulation, like EmuDeck, but I haven't even tapped into that because I'm so busy with my current games now. Those Steam sales really caught up with me. It's like a handheld kind of became a portal or dimension door to nostalgia, indie bangers, and a new way to bond with my girlfriend or get really mad together, which is still kind of like bonding. Oh, I'll get you, Joker, I'll get you. Come out, you coward. And I want to make this clear as well. I genuinely prefer handheld gaming over stationary now. There are just so many benefits to it. It shifted my focus from stressful multiplayer games that cost way too much to still kind of stressful single player games because there's this game where I have a tadpole in my head, but I guess it's my fault because I shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times. Gaming stopped feeling like another obligation or intense hobby that I had. It became an escape, even if only for 15 minutes. And honestly, it's been a huge relief, turning those dead minutes that I used to have into revivified minutes.
See, it's my favorite game. I told you Baldur's Gate 3 is my favorite game. It is my favorite game.
I feel like when I got the Steam Deck, it had so many console-like features, I kind of forgot that it was a PC under the hood. I was like, oh yeah, it has this feature. Because with SteamOS, there's absolutely no bloat. Like with the Xbox Ally X, the full screen experience is okay, but I still get pestered by pop-ups and pulled out of games by driver updates. But the Linux desktop on Steam Deck, to my surprise, works relatively well. And dare I say, maybe more of a fan of Linux than Windows. Now, it won't be replacing your dedicated work laptop or PC, but for web apps, docs, emails, and downloading legal games off of the web, shockingly, it's really capable. If you dock it to a portable monitor or even a TV, it kind of becomes this productivity hub. You can kind of bring it wherever you want, and for me, this makes it easier to justify bringing it on trips. I can tell people it's my work laptop.
No, I'm working. I'm working. I'm working.
So after all that, I'll actually tell you what clicked. For busy people like you and me, the most powerful device isn't the one with the fastest chip. It's the one that we actually use. I think the Steam Deck succeeded because it didn't solve a technical problem. It solved a human one. It gave me and so many others back a hobby that we thought was gone. A hobby that wasn't lost on purpose, but kind of faded with time. And it gave me back a feeling that I only felt as a kid. And the reason that I'm so passionate about the Steam Deck, no matter what handheld comes after it, is because of that. It solved my problems while bringing me none, aside from maybe too much time on the toilet. But that's besides the point. I think many others have also had this click, per se. But if you want to join this click, see what I did there? Like click as in group, and the click that we had. Oh, you really gotta edit that out. Absolutely obliterate that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, share this with a friend, and ring that bell like it's church at noon.
All right, if you're still watching, I don't know why, but go buy a Steam Deck.